Thanks for hanging in there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There we go. Oh, it's part of the problem. The videos weren't working, but they can see this. So if you would stand over here and face this way, I'm going to play to the camera.
This one or this? This one?
Yeah, perfect. So we start with just a little bit of bouncing, not so much as to hurt the knees, but relax the shoulders. Do a little swinging. Good. So this is the startup material that we do. This first one is called Sinking Qi, Washing the Internal Organs. Now Qi, spelled Qi, looks like it should be pronounced Qi, but it's C-H-E-E. Qi, the rough translation is vital energy. So the elan vital that moves us and has us feeling peppy or tired. So the movement is hands are at the sides, just relaxed. We bring them up like we're gathering a cloud. You're going to imagine that cloud coming down through the top of the head, and our hands are going to guide it down, 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 down. When we get to the hips, fingers point down the legs, and then we squat and let go. So squatting, we bend the knees, we flex the hips. So it's not like a yoga, a hamstring stretch. It's lowering the body. Okay? Yeah. So it's not very complicated. Feet are shoulders width apart. We rest for a second, and then we do the next one. So, like I said, there's 3 levels of practice. Once you've got the movement, the second level is to pay attention to the breathing, so that as you're moving, you're still breathing easy, relaxed, abdominal is soft, and you exhale when you compress. So the imagery here is this idea of gathering Qi from the world around us in the heavens. And we've got a ball of Qi. We're going to bring that in through the top of the head. And it's going to pass through the organs and tissues, wiping out, brushing aside stress, discomfort, ailment. Brush it down the legs and out the bottom of the feet. So the internal picture of sweeping, whether you see a light or brightness moving through the body, or feel or hear water passing down through the body, like washing away stress and strain. Or if you actually feel the sensations internally of water trickling down and through. Whatever works for you. Yeah. Good. And then we do a thing between movements of this closing, gather in toward the chest, and then trace down to the navel and let go. We do that 3 times. That's it. Good. And relax. That's sinking chi, washing the internal organs. So let me ask you a question. What would be the best way to let folks in the neighborhood know that this class is going on?
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I don't,
Or even in your neighborhood.
in my neighborhood, I don't know anybody because I'm retired and everybody goes to work.
Okay. Okay.
But I could see somebody once in a while and tell them, if you're interested. If they're not interested,
Yeah, no, I put the flyer up or something. I'll make a flyer. I mean, just think about it in the week that comes. So the next thing we do is gathering chi to the 3 dantians. Now, dantians are, you can think of them like a battery, an area of gathering this energy, this chi. One is behind the navel. The other one's down in this pelvic bowl. You know how the hips are, this lower area. And the third one is up in the head, entry through this point between the eyebrows. Here. Yeah, there you go. So again, feet are shoulders width, knees are a little bent, hips a little flexed like you're getting ready to sit in a chair. And we do this to keep the leg muscles engaged. Because if I lock the knees, then these muscles loosen up and I'm just standing on my bones. This way, my hamstrings are flexed, my glutes are working, my quads are working. And so gathering chi, again, we just imagine gathering a cloud and imagine that cloud sipping into the middle through the navel and let go. Breathing is easy. Movement is soft, relaxed. That's it. My hands gather in front of my abdomen. That's it. And the hands are relaxed. So you don't have to be tight or anything. It's very at ease. Like you said, these were exercises used by the older populations in China. So, and people worked. They worked the fields or they worked in factories. So they didn't want to get tired doing exercises. So the imagery of this is gathering a cloud, having that cloud being sipped in through the navel. And so this space behind the navel, this like between my hands, is filling up with fresh and vibrant chi so that the organs of the abdomen get a charge. The second one is gathering chi from the lower dantian. So let me demonstrate. First, face on. It's like reaching down into the earth, drawing up chi through the legs, into that lower dantian, and then tracing around to the tailbone, this point between the kidneys, and then around to the navel. Okay? It's got a couple of steps to it. Gathering chi from the earth. Imagine drawing it up through the legs, through the hips, into this bowl, and then to the tailbone, to this point between the kidneys, to the navel. And we squat and gently come up That's it. So first, just the physical movements, relaxing into them. Up the core of the legs, in through the hips, into the middle dantian, and trace around to this tailbone, the point between the kidneys and the middle dantian. Now the third, like I said, you're going to get more than you can remember. Don't worry about it.
I'll try.
The third one is this point up here. And so we gather in front of the face and imagine that cloud just being absorbed into the head, filling the core of the head, and then you let it go and just trace down the midline to the navel and let go. Keep the knees a little bit. That's it. See, we have such long-term habits of how we stand and how we move that a lot of time these Qigong movements will have us doing something in a way different from what we're used to. Very good. Then just hold the navel for a moment, and we do closing. That's it. 3. Just 3 times. Good. Relax. So, like I said, we're going to do some work on strengthening the legs and balance. So shoulders width. Knees are always going to bend over the toes, so they're not going to go out that way or in this way. It's over the toes. You want to treat the knees nicely. Okay? Hands are facing palm down at the sides of the body. Now first, relax your hands. Relax your hands. We're going to do a movement that we're going to coordinate with the breath. So we're going to take a nice inhale, shift the weight to one side, exhale. Inhale, shift the weight to the other side, exhale. That's in, out, in, out. So that's what we're going to do from the navel down. Top of the body. Hands are like they're pressing down. In, out. In, out. That's it. Now, the big thing is head up. Head up. Yeah. You don't have to watch your feet. They're not going anywhere. That's right. What that does is it keeps the shoulders up. Shoulders over hips. So as soon as I start doing this, I add effort and tension to the back. If this stays upright and we just, so we can turn your shoulder, that'll bring, so I've got my weight on, so that's your left, right?
Yeah.
It's left. So my weight's on my left, I'm pushing down with my right, but instead of this, I just face that way and press, and then back up. And the press down is more of a bending the knee, sinking. That's it. Feel how your foot touches the floor. Is the weight mostly in the toes, the ball of the foot, the middle, the heel? That's it. That's it. Do what's comfortable. Good. And the breath is in, out. It's not fast. You don't have to do a forceful deep breathing. It's just, this is expanding. This is sinking. And by sinking, I mean the weight of your body, the shoulders are relaxed, the hips are relaxed. If my hips stay tight, my weight's going to go here. And my knee will take the strain. If my hips are relaxed and my knees relaxed and my ankles relaxed, the weight will just go all the way down to my foot.
Yeah, I see that. I feel that.
And so notice if you're more in the toes or the heels, the outer ridge, the inner ridge. Ideally, you want to be somewhere near the middle. So there's 4 parts to this. This is the first part. Bend the knees. That's it. And it seems like such a simple little thing.
I know. I keep looking at my toes.
Yeah. Well, you're learning.
Yeah.
You're learning a new movement, and it takes a little time. Okay, so this is the first movement. Come back to the middle. Now you're going to pick one hand that you're going to move. We're going to do one hand at a time. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to draw it back, lift it up, put it out, press down. So what's that? It's a circle. My weight's in the middle. My weight's on the side of the hand. So shift the weight to the middle. Sink. Now, you don't have to reach out real far.
Yeah.
Just the elbow can be a little bent. It's not even that. It's just here, down. That's it. This takes the strain out of the shoulders. Takes the strain out of the elbows. Sink. So you're going to sink on that leg.
Yeah.
So as I'm going this way, you're going to go that way.
This
Right?
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So wherever you're pressing down, that's the side that gets the weight. So I'm going to be a mirror for you. Come up a little. Go down a little. That's it. So what are we doing? We're doing a little squat. So we're slowly working the legs. We're paying attention to where the balance is going on that leg. So we're developing a more noticed sense of how we're using our legs and hips. So now you're going to switch to the other side. Draw in, down. I'm a mirror for you. And you don't have to reach out real far. Just watch, just the length of the arm. Watch, my shoulder's not gonna go out, just the length of the arm. Yeah. It's right here. That's it. Now we're going to go back to the first arm, and we're going to go out, up, in, and down. So the circle now is going in the opposite direction. Up, in, down. Up, no, reach out. Up, yeah. In, down. Out, down low. That's it. Up, just as high as your shoulder. Into the shoulder. Down. That's it. Bring it in. There you go. We all have habitual ways of moving. Sides of our body that we favor and other sides that we use less. On this side. Out, down low, up, in, down. Out, up, in. I'm shifting my weight, sinking. In and right along the body. Yeah. And it's out, up, in, down. So I'm not lifting. It's just out, then it's up, in, down. That's the ticket. I'm going to use all those brain pathways.
Yeah, it could go like
real slow. All right, so now the change of pace. Both hands. In, up, out, down. In, up, out, down. In right to the sides of the body, up the sides. Because this is going to stretch the shoulders a little bit. That's it. Now from here, out, up, in, down. So it's both circles. That's the ticket. Slow and steady. Excellent. The last part of this. Weight's in the middle. I shift to one side, press down. So I'll be a mirror. Up. That's it. You got it. Bend the knee.
Easy.
And that's what makes it hard.
I know.
It's very gentle. Qigong movements tend to have us moving our bodies in ways that we're not used to.
Because you're doing this, that's it, because everybody in this country is all working or doing
Right.
other things.
So right in the middle, closing. Closing is, a small set of movements to just calm back down, relax the body, come back to your center. So what that set does is improve walking. Because if I bring all my weight to one side,
Yes.
watch for a second. If I bring all my weight to one side, I can then step out easy.
Mhm.
Bring all my weight to that foot, then I can step out easy.
Yeah.
As opposed to falling forward.
Yes.
Heaven help if you hit ice. Okay, so those are kind of warm-ups, sinking chi, gathering chi, and then this.
That I'm gonna have to.
If you can do it in front of a mirror,
Yes.
okay? Because we all have these habits, like if you interlace your fingers, right? You have one thumb on top. Reverse it. Not the thumb, all the fingers.
All the fingers. I don't even know how to do that.
And then the other thumb's on top and the fingers are the same way. And it's like there's one way and there's the other way. And then there's crossing the arms. So you've got your left arm on top. Yeah, like, yeah, it's your left arm. The one with your watch. Left arm. So now switch it.
I don't know.
It takes a minute.
Still on the top.
So there's one, and then there's two. So it's just a series of practices that have us using our bodies in ways that we're not used to. It's not typical. All that does is give you more options on ways to move. And that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so the tiger frolics, where are we at? Oh, we're in good shape. We got a lot of time. The tiger frolics. The tiger is one of the kings of the jungle.
Yes.
So it's a very in-your-face kind of animal. The first of the 5 movements, well, first of all, these are the animal frolics of a teacher called Zhao Guri. And these are all walking techniques, walking movements. So for instance, the first tiger is tiger stepping. And if you've ever seen a cat stalking,
Yes.
right? So I look, I step, I move. That's the first one. Yeah, come on, we'll walk. No, I'll tell you what, we'll walk across.
Okay, right.
It gives us more space. So the hands are tiger claws. Down. Just the length of your arms. You're not pressing down, just the length of the arms. And then you're going to choose which leg you're going to start with putting your weight on. So I'm going to start with my right leg weighted. I'm going to take my left to the instep. Okay? Now you can keep as much weight on the left as you need for balance. And then you step out. Not to step, just touch the ground.
Yes, right.
You want to try that? Just reach out and touch the ground. Weight's still back here.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you need to change your mind, you can. And the step, this is important. It's not so much that I have to put my weight there. It's just the length of my leg. I'm just reaching out. There's still no weight here. Shift your hips back.
And
yeah, you don't leave.
Because I'm leaning with my.
Yeah, no, you're going forward too fast.
Yeah.
So this is a Chinese technique called mud walking. Now, you have to put yourself back in feudal China when some of these things were developed. There were no roads. There was no centralized government. There were little villages, usually around a river, because a river was a main way of traveling and getting goods and sending goods. And so when the river flooded, the walkways got flooded and the ground got muddy. And so this mud walking is, I can't see my feet because I'm probably knee deep in muddy water. So I put out and I just touch. Is that a safe step?
Well, you know, like, I kind of lost my.
Now, so the other thing, Carlos, is that balance is a skill, like handwriting.
Yes.
Practicing it develops it. So at first, if this is too shaky, then put a little weight out there so that you feel steady, because I want you to feel safe.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm
wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not practicing.
No, you're learning and you're right where you should be. So the Tiger Frolic is out as light as you can manage, and then shift the weight and draw in the rear foot. Out as light as you can manage, then shift. Draw in the rear foot. Now, drawing in the rear foot, if you need to put it down all the way, fine. Eventually, see if you can get to the point, I want to show you so you don't have to turn, is just toes down.
And the foot is also like that, right?
Yeah, because there's no weight here.
Yeah.
So it's ready for a kick, it's ready for a step. But to get there, start where you are, reach out, and the other part is look up. You want to look, because you're a cat. You're a cat going after a mouse or a bird. So it's over there. It's over there. And then you slowly move forward because you don't want to scare it. And now you're going to look over to this side. Step out and move. And then that side. And move. Okay? So that is tiger stepping. We're not doing a lot with the hands. The hands are just tiger claws, lightly pressing downward, but that's mostly to keep the shoulders down.
And I should look up straight.
Yeah, your feet are going to be fine. I do the same thing. Your feet are going to be fine. Trust me, they're attached. And so you draw in, reach out, glide. Draw in, reach out, glide. Look, draw in, reach out, glide. Look, draw in, reach out, glide. Oh, yes, you can keep going. Sorry.
No. I was still
You were
looking
waiting.
at my foot.
You were waiting for me. That's all right. Go at your own pace.
Oh, looking at the veins.
That's all right. I'm looking at the dog,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm looking at this guy reaching to the sky. That's it. That is tiger stepping. All right?
All right.
Let's do one more.
Mm-hmm.
And you're welcome to forget this.
Okay.
I'm just saying, don't worry, because
Yeah, I know. But that's what I wanna-
I've hit the 7 things so far. So
I know. I think I forgot all of it.
that's all right. So when you're home, practice the bits you can remember.
Yeah.
If there's 2 things, that's great.
Yes.
Just practice the things you remember, even if they're out of sorts or out of order, doesn't matter. So the stepping is going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do something with the hands.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that first. The hands are going to come up the side, come into the center, rake down, go back to the hips. Come up the side, rake down, come a tiger, then back to the hips. Okay? So it's what's going on is if you're going to grab me, you're going to reach out to grab me. I'm going to come up and say, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
And that's,
So just so you can, get an image of what the movement's about. It's somebody's reaching in, I'm coming on the sides, and I'm just, think of dropping the wrists and off to the side. Because what that does, bring your hands in. Right? Well, if I stand out here, you've got 2 weapons that you can keep using at my head. Yeah, right? But if something starts to come in, going in is hard because I have to go against your muscles. If you do it again, I come this way, it's easier. Well, yeah, but we can trade headbutts.
That hurts too.
I know. It's a contest of will at that point. So, hands are down. Draw in the 1 foot. Step out. Hands come up. Go to the front foot. Rake down. Draw in the rear foot. Hands to the side. This is tiger issuing power. And again, you don't have to go way out there. This is, the person's close. Tai Chi, and by virtue of the relationship of Tai Chi and Qigong, fighting is close. Tai Chi fighting is, it's in. Like boxing is out here, and you go in and you get out, and you go in and you get out. This is like we get past all that, and we're in close. So when you go out, it's just the length of my arms. I'm not even reaching. It's just up and drop the elbows. Rake. So how far I go up depends on where the person's grabbing. So if they're just going low, then I don't go as high. Look up. Look out. Good. And we'll do this back. Tiger claws. Shift to one foot. Draw in the other. Oops. Up. Down. To the sides. Up. Down. To the sides. Up. Down. To the sides.
I'm getting it.
Yeah. See, I think it's helpful to know what the movement is about.
Yeah. Well, you told me about, you know, hitting somebody who's going to.
Right. We just want to get those hands out of the way.
Yeah. It's not
it's not this.
Yeah.
It's right. So there are movements a little further along, because this is only number 2.
Okay.
There's 3 more after this, where you start to get the thrusting, striking kind of stuff. This is...
So the tiger one is really a defensive type of thing, right?
Both.
Both defensive and offensive.
Yeah, because the third one is... That's offense.
Yeah.
You know, it can be this way, it can be... Well, I mean, it's not meant to just be a fighting technique, although when you scratch under the surface, there are fighting implications. It's meant to be done softly, because if your body's soft and loose, it's easy to move quickly. If I'm all tight, it's not, I have to loosen the move. What happens for me, what happens when I know what the application is of the movement, I can do it in a more relaxed way. It's easier to remember. It's not just waving my hands around. It's coming up on the outside, bringing them down, getting ready for the next. There's a lot of things to remember. It helps to have a handle on some of the movements. Okay, so those are
1 and 2.
Tiger stepping and tiger issuing power. So let's do some kind of slowing down, right? This is the energetic part, the slowing down movements. Okay, we got 15 minutes. I want to do a couple of those things. So feet are shoulders width. I shift to one side, I step out. This is called an arrow or a bow stance, or in some cases a bow and arrow stance. My hands in front of the back leg, I draw up, and then I shift to the front foot, and I throw out. Draw up, throw out. So leave the hands out for a minute. I'm here, I'm here. Here, I'm here. Move from the hip. 1, 2, because then the arm movement is so much easier. Slow. Inhaling, exhaling. In, out. This is called the water wheel. So if you've ever seen a water wheel at a mill, It's a big circular wheel that the water
Right, I've seen it.
turns.
Yeah.
So we're making a big circle. Slow. It's very easy to get going fast on these and we get tired
I
out.
know.
And now we're going to reverse the circle. Front leg up to the rear leg down. Up. Again, it's with the hips. Qigong movements in one form or another have been around since about 600 AD. So that there's a wealth of experience
Yes.
in doing these things. And these were folks that when they did work, they wanted to work easy. And so they had a almost intuitive grasp on body mechanics and how to move without getting exhausted. Okay? Now we're going to switch the feet. First foot goes back. And we go up and out. And out. Nice and easy. So one foot's forward, one foot is back. I'll be your mirror. So you're facing me. Face me. That's it. That one's back. That's it. So you go back, drop, out. Turn the body. So I'm facing the side. I'm facing forward. That's it. And then let's reverse this. Go out on low, up, and down. I'm over my rear foot. I go forward, out. This is like an underhand throw. And then down. That's it. It's like scooping, dropping. Scooping, dropping. One more. Then we draw back the front foot. Closing. And this is a moment to relax. Okay? So it's gathering, gathering, gathering. My fingertips are going to come in to the center line of my body and trace straight down to the navel. And hold that. Good. Good. That was a very full class. So the last bit is a self-massage, a Qigong massage.
Oh, not that.
No, it's easy. It's easy, easy. So we're going to start on one side, brush down the outside of the arm to the fingertips.
Yes, I've done this.
5 times.
Yep.
Then flip the hand over, brush up to the armpit. 5 times, just to the armpit. 5 times. The other side. Good. Then you reach as high as you can on your back, brush down to the hips. Then on the sides of the hips to to the knees on the outside of the legs. And then from your knees to your ankles, or as far as you can reach. If you can get your feet, ankles to the toes. If not, don't worry about it. And then from the ankle to the knees on the inside of the legs. Knees to hips on the inside of the legs. The abdomen, from the lower abdomen to the sternum, up the center. And then with your fingertips on the sternum, coming up to the collarbone. 5, and then under the collarbone. 5. Good. That's 1. The second one is squeezing. They're going to squeeze and just work down the arm. The same pattern, down the outside, up the inside. I don't know if you've ever made bread. This is like kneading dough. I know, it's a tough example. Yeah, it's halfway. And then on the back, squeeze those back muscles. And then the hips, squeeze those glutes, coming down the legs on the outside. And then on the inside, coming up. Gentle lower abdomen to the sternum, and then with fingertips pinching the sternum and under the collarbone. That's 2. The third is rubbing. It's down, flip over, just up to the armpit. Down on the outside, up on the inside. Last, knocking. So the hand is rolled like a fist, but it's loose. Tapping. Come up the inside, just to here. That's good. And then the other side. Gently on the back, because the kidneys are there. But once you get below them to the hips, you can get firm again. Coming up the inside. Fingertips on the sternum and under the collarbone. Close it. That's a nice way to end. And so a Chinese way of saying thank you, right fist, left hand, thank you.
It was very interesting.
So, any questions? Barbara, Ron?
No, it was a lovely workout. Thank you.
Thank you, kiddo. Well, have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You too.
And there will be no class on Saturday.
Are you doing Tai Chi tomorrow night?
Yes?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks again. See you tomorrow.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.